Begin with new developments to a story we have been following this week from the city's west side. The man accused of pushing and then punching a teenager just made his first appearance in court. Just moments ago, we learned he is being held on no bond in the Marion County Jail. Thanks for joining us on 13 News at noon. I'm Dustin Grove. This incident happened over the weekend, and apparently the whole thing was captured on a doorbell camera. The 14-year-old's mother says Jason Harrell also threatened her son and his family. He's now charged with intimidation and battery. According to court documents, Harrell was allegedly upset by kids riding motorized bikes either on the sidewalk or on neighborhood streets near Rockville and South High School roads. But Harrell allegedly denied pushing or hitting him. This morning, a judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. He also says he plans to hire his own lawyer. Harrell's next court appearance is scheduled for next month. Right now, we're learning more about Hamilton County's newly created Immigration Commission. The sheriff there says the goal is to enhance public safety while respecting diversity. Since President Trump took office, Indiana lawmakers and other elected officials have followed his lead, putting a renewed focus on immigration. Our Logan Gay is breaking down what that means.
On Monday, the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office became the first law enforcement agency in the state to participate in the 287G program. It's a federal program that allows local law enforcement to partner with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Officers can get special training, equipment, and allow certain deputies to enforce immigration laws.
Oftentimes when a detention happens or a detainer is issued by ICE, if they're not able to show up within 48 hours, then the person is released. And so it's really important that our officers have the training so that they can continue that detention until they can be removed from our community.
Chief Deputy John Lowes was chosen to head the commission.
We're seeing more guns in the hands of prohibited people. We're seeing more drugs that are coming, and we know they're coming across the border, and so we just want to make sure that we are prepared to do that.
He says the commission will include members of law enforcement and the community.
So we are going to gain input from other law enforcement leaders and those members in our community to make sure we are doing the right things.
He says this program will only impact undocumented people who have committed crimes and are in the jail.
The officer in the street is not going to be asking if they're here legally or not. It's when someone is arrested and brought here, then that process will start. Whether the person is here legally or illegally, if they're committing a crime, we're going to hold them accountable. It's just that when they're brought into our jail, if they're here illegally, we will make sure that they are then removed from our country by cooperating with ICE.
Ultimately, Lowe says they want the community to know this about one thing.
This is about individuals who have committed crimes and are here in our country illegally, and we're going to make sure that they're held accountable and that they are removed from our community so that our community is safe.
That was our Logan Gay reporting. Lowe's also mentioned when an undocumented person commits a crime, they'll reach out to ICE about it. The Sheriff's Department will. It'll then be up to ICE if they want to issue a detainer order. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Department says this policy is only for people who are already in their custody, so it should not discourage a victim or a witness from reporting crimes. Here in Indianapolis, IMPD Chief Chris Bailey says local police have no power to enforce federal immigration laws. In a statement posted to social media, he said, quote, IMPD has not been asked to take part in immigration sweeps, nor do we have any intention of doing so. This is not our role. The Indy Police Union president echoed that, but he said that doesn't mean officers won't cooperate with ICE investigations, sharing critical information. Coming up at 12:15, we're going to take a look at deportation efforts across the country with an inside look at one of the recent enforcement operations. Well, turning now to our forecast, the sun shining down again over downtown Indianapolis and much of central Indiana on this Tuesday afternoon. Bright and breezy today. There is some rain in the forecast, though, huh, Sean?
But we got some time.
Okay, let's enjoy the sunshine.
We've got some time. We don't want to rain on everyone's parade just yet. Yeah, it is. It's going to be bright and breezy. Okay. I think that's the story again for today and for tomorrow before we get to that rain you talked about here. Boy, it's a blue plate special around central Indiana as we are once again severe clear. Plenty of sunshine across much of the state here. Wind remains from the southwest at about 10 miles per hour. We'll have some gusts at times that get over 30 later today. We are already near 40 degrees. That means we are already warmer than yesterday's pace, way warmer than yesterday's pace by about 10 degrees. So We should easily make the middle 40s. And the last time we had numbers like this on a high temperature map, you have to go back to the 17th of the month. And this won't be the warmest that we're going to have as we move forward. 37 is our average high. We're forecasting 45. Not a record by any stretch. That was set back 2002, 65. January can be one of these crazy months, though. Look at our record low for today, 18 below. We're done with that kind of harshness. We're going to enjoy some bright, breezy conditions here as the kids get home from school. Sunshine around and temperatures at least in the mid 40s. And we've got a big one at Hinkle tonight. We talked about this yesterday. Marquette in town. It is an 8:30 tip. Quiet weather going in and out of the field house. Rest of the 7-day on the way. We'll see you with that in a few minutes.
See you then, Sean. Thank you. In northern Indiana today, we're learning more about that deadly grocery store shooting that left 3 people dead and injured 2 police officers. Investigators say 2 people inside that Martin's supermarket in Elkhart were killed. A 3rd person believed to be the shooter is also dead. It all started around 5 last night. 2 police officers were also hurt in that gunfire after a shootout with the suspect outside the store. Those officers are thankfully expected to be okay. Right now, police are working to learn why the shooter opened fire in the first place. The mother of a 2-year-old girl found dead inside an apartment over the weekend has been arrested for neglect. Court documents reveal Skylar Gardner may have been dead for hours before she was found Saturday night. It happened near Shaylin Avenue and Fall Creek Road. Her mother reportedly told police she found her daughter unresponsive under a dresser. When officers got there, they found trash, steak knives, and other unsafe and unsanitary items scattered throughout the apartment. Police say Skylar's body was also covered in bruises and injuries. Doctors found a large puncture wound on Skylar's neck as well. The girl's mother denied to police that she abused her children. Investigators say she did acknowledge neglecting them. This afternoon, a man is starting his 55-year sentence for murdering a Lyft driver here in Indianapolis. Lyft driver Tony Garland picked up Devin Powell on the far west side back in June of 22. Powell later admitted in court he shot Garland, dumped his body, then stole his car and drove to a family function up in Merrillville. Garland's friends and family say they were hoping for a long sentence.
So I would strongly, highly recommend that you give him all 55 years. And it's still not going to be enough, but it's the best we got. So we're going to have to live with it.
And that's what he got, 55 years. Tony Garland coached youth sports in Decatur Township. There's now a scholarship and baseball field named in his memory. Garland's son was just 12 years old when his father was killed. Powell offered no apology in court. 55 years was the maximum amount of time allowed under that plea agreement. To the State House now, where lawmakers are considering a bill that would give communities more ways to pay for road maintenance, and that includes those pesky potholes. Right now, there are more than 3,800 of them. That's according to the Indy Pothole Viewer, and that's obviously just in Indianapolis. House Bill 1461 aims to address these kinds of problems. A recent report shows it would cost Indiana an additional $1 billion a year for the next decade to maintain the roads we have. Indy leaders are pushing for a change to Indiana's road funding formula, giving more cash to cities like ours where there are more lanes and more cars. While this bill doesn't do that, the city could still get more money through community crossing grants through taxes on gasoline. Marion County could also increase the wheel and excise tax, something the mayor has been reluctant to do.
He's not going to ask Marion County residents to pay more while the taxes they currently pay don't follow traffic, are not invested back in those communities that have the most traffic. And so you're asking our residents to pay more for a system that we feel is broken.
Another proposal would add yet another fee to deliveries from places like Amazon and DoorDash. We'll keep you posted on whether that bill moves forward. Well, we are now just days away from WWE's Royal Rumble taking over downtown Indy. More than 60,000 people from all over the world are expected to come down for the event, and that includes popular streamer iShowSpeed, or Speed for short. He got a call from WWE's CCO Triple H. with the special invite to the Rumble. Speed's just one of many stars that'll be here, and the city's gearing up to host. From the airport to the Fountain and Fletcher district, Indy is decked out for this global event, as you see right there. Indy Sports Corp says more than half the fans are coming from out of state, and they're looking to showcase why Indy is worth the travel.
So when the WWE Universe, their fan base, comes in for this event, they know they'll be coming back. So if Indy shows out, the WWE Universe is going to know it and can plan for future events when they come back to the city.
I love that.
The Royal Rumble takes place at 6 o'clock Saturday night at Lucas Oil Stadium. Right now, the cheapest ticket is about $160 on Ticketmaster. The most expensive will cost you about $3,000.